Come explore ancient wisdoms and groundbreaking practices. We'll travel the world, do wacky experiments, and have delightful guests. I'll lead you in deep meditations, all to give you the takeaways so you can live energized, enlivened, and empowered. I'm Dr. David, and this is Aliveness Now. Enliven your chakras and your river. Feel the surge of aliveness. In this episode, let's explore the surge of aliveness that can flow through you, through the river that flows through your body. The river is made up of springs that fill it to the brim and overflow it sometimes. Those are the relationships we call chakras. When they're relating well, they fill your river with depth and power. But once it's filled, how do we get it to flow? Yeah, naturally it will. But we can do and activate our body and our mind and our soul in ways that help that surge of flow move through that river. That's going to help you feel strongly alive, this sense of wholeness in who you are. Feel your wholeness as a masculine or feminine being. Feel the strength and the productivity of the energy that is possible for you. We're going to start with the two ends. Here we are in the Crown Love Spring pool. It's where the embodiment channel begins. It's your way in from above. But it's also where the liberation channel ends. It's the completion of liberation as you go out into your ethereal nature. It's your way in and out. It's a part of who you are that creates the ability to have what we call immanence and transcendence. It's a doorway to your ethereal nature. It allows this relationship that you are to occur at this end of your body. There's another one at the other end. But also what the crown gives us is the ability to have interdependence, that relationship between constancy and variety to this humanness and the oneness. So you start having an interdependence occur, which allows the oneness, the divineness of yourself, the ethereal divineness, to have a step-down processor to get into this human being experience. It's a long ways between oneness and independence. But interdependence gives our ethereal nature a first step in. And it brings on liberation. It allows my physicality to create a connection of interdependence, a connection of getting close to oneness that allows us as independent human beings to flow out into the oneness. Now, the interdependence depends on relating with others or with other parts of myself. Interdependent, knowing that yes, I am one, but I also have another, or another part of myself. Interdependence bridges the differences of who we are. One, there's a constancy of that relationship. I'm relating to this part of me or this person, but there's difference because they're different than me. We have different parts, variety. So when constancy takes over, control takes over. trying to control our experience, keep it the same. That's not going to allow you to be interdependent. Intercontrolledness? No, doesn't work. So interdependence necessitates letting go of control, but yet knowing and being able to luxuriate in the constancy of the relationship and the deliciousness of the variety of them being them, you being you. Having a heart and a power. Having a left arm and a right arm. This variety allows this deliciousness of being a human being. But the constancy, knowing they're there. There's parts of you there for each other. You're part of a one body or one relationship, one family. Allowing interdependence is that connection necessary for us to flow between our oneness and our human beingness. The stories that may inhibit that can be the fear of depending on someone. When interdependence isn't dependence, that's a problem. We don't want dependence. But the fear of dependence may get us so we try to control. Or the fear of control gives us no constancy. Everything's changing. Everything's in flux. So it has to be, I can't control. It's bad. Control is bad. You know, it depends how our parents were. They might have been one or the other. Sometimes we push away. But to have both together, interdependence, is a delight and a strength in who you are. Welcome to the root chakra. The root chakra is the other doorway to the divine. It allows the divine physical to come up into human beingness. It allows your divine ethereal to make all the way down through your human beingness and down deep, then to experience divine physical depth of the enfolded order within you, to find and experience your song of life. The root is essential for wholeness. Without the root flowing and alive, there's no independence, because the root also deals with getting your needs met. The relationship between your emotional needs and your physical needs being met. That combination, when they're both met, you're independent. You got your needs met. You don't need to get your needs met from others. That's fun sometimes, but don't depend on it. Then you're dependent, not independent. When you know, as this human being on earth, you get your own needs met. Like right now, I got sun, heat, gravity, air, got friends, got family. My needs are met. There's no one here meeting my needs. My needs are met and I'm independent. But as we saw up at the crown, you also can be interdependent. We want both. It's hard to be truly interdependent without independence. It's hard to be fully independent and alive and flowing as a human being without some interdependence. Otherwise you may feel you be alone or be ostracized or thrown out, kept down. Oh, especially as a woman. Oh, independent woman. Oh, bad. No! We don't want dependent women. We want the strong, embodied woman who is interdependent and independent. She's whole as a human being. These are some of the distortions that humanity has put on each gender. A man's independent. Oh, but he doesn't fit well in the family, but he's independent. He isn't nice to others, but he's independent. No, independent and interdependent. A whole male. Not some jerk ass, sorry. Not some idiot that just, I'm doing everything I want to. No, interdependence too. We want to flow between independence, connecting to interdependence. We want both. Don't be afraid of independence, especially as you have interdependence. You want to have both. Allow yourself to flow through from above into your deep recesses of physical beingness. To experience your wholeness, but deep enlightenment of
the song of life. Yeah, it's not about light there because you're in the middle of the earth. There's no light in the middle of the earth. It's all song, all vibration, all physicality. Yeah, great. It could be a black hole. Either way, it's vibrating. That's what you're gaining from your depth as a human being. And as you come back up, you're entering into the experience of human beingness, the step forward into into your path, into where you're headed to go forward as an individual. Yeah, up at the crown, you became an individual by coming out of the oneness down into being a human being. So individualization, become an individual through these doorways, but also find the doorway that takes you into the enlightenment of being one with the divine. One with the divine is pretty freaking cool. You know, especially oneness. But here, again, we use that term one with because we're male dominant thought of oneness. But it's a joining, a melding, a singing the song with the divine physicality, experiencing the song of life, the vibration of what this earth and what this life on this planet as a physical being is. That's the root. Join us. We're going to help work with any stories you have there, like it's not okay to be independent, la la la, or or it's not. I can't trust the earth, because once you're fully embodied, you don't feel the fear of being a human being on this earth anymore. Once you pass through, up from below, you start knowing that it's okay to be this individual you are on this earth. You get to go forward, find who you are, find your path. Be good to your root.
Let's take a break. And you've been listening to Dr. David, that's me, on Aliveness Now, on the Transformation Network. See you after the break. My show, Aliveness Now, is Transformation Talk TV's surprisingly quirky variety show. It has a companion app called Love Springs. Love Springs is a step-by-step journey, taking you deeper and deeper into the concepts of each episode. There's secret knowledge, groundbreaking practices, and fun quizzes. Find Love Springs at your favorite app store or visit createaliveness.com.
In this segment, we're going to talk about mission and purpose and how these concepts are the headwaters of each of the channels that moves through your body. One channel flows from the top, from your crown down to your root. That's called embodiment. Another channel flows from your root to your crown. A third channel flows between both at the same time. Those three channels, the headwaters of those channels, begin with mission and purpose. Welcome to the place where the divine ethereal flows down to the crown. It's a fountain of energy, of a divine nature that begins the process of embodiment. This is where the flow of who you are, the headwaters of your embodiment channel, of your river begin. Embodiment is bringing ethereal into physical. So this is in the headwaters. That is how you create strong headwaters. Creating what I call purpose. I differentiate purpose from mission. Purpose is bringing the divine into humanity. Mission is bringing humanity up to the divine. We'll talk about that in a bit. Purpose is bringing the divine ethereal, the divine virtues into humanity, down into the earth. That experience will light up the lives of other human beings and help create a flow of liveness through you. is the headwaters that creates the power and the force of your embodiment. If you are female, most women, they start, their river starts this way. This is their productive path. It produces the radiance of being a strong human being on earth. They bring divine virtues in. Yes, one of them's beauty. Our world's kind of stuck on that being the one for women. But and that's what they do. They'll bring beauty in, and it's not for you, it's for them. So don't get stuck on they're trying to be beautiful for you. Women are and bring in beauty for them to feel alive, for them to feel strong and flowing in who they are. But it's one of many divine virtues. You have patience and cooperation and acceptance of love and curiosity. A lot of things are part of the divine virtues. They're like, what am I here? What can I do? How can I bring this sense of peace to my world? Presence to this space. Can I create a space that supports us? That's the divine nature coming through into humanity. Revel in it. Applaud it. Don't think they need to be like you if you're a man and think they got a great mission of bringing people up first. They are creating divine virtue. Men will do it after they've come up. It's very powerful for a man to have purpose, especially after he's brought his flow through the liberation channel into the ethereal. Adding his mission to his purpose will create such power and wonder on this earth. So applaud it in men too. Someone like Steve Jobs with Apple, he had a strong purpose. In fact, he said, a strong mission. In fact, he said, my mission is to bring humanity up with my machines. That's mission. But what do we love about his iPhones and iPads and all this? It's the divine virtues, the ease of use, the beauty, the simplicity. He brought the divine virtues in through them. Now, you can see, he wasn't always the nicest guy in the world, but he still had mission and purpose. We can do both, of course. And he's admired and will be admired for generations because of the purpose and the mission that he had and showed strongly on this earth. So you can activate this flow with purpose. Purposefully. Create purpose. Each day, I challenge you for the next 20 days. Each day, make it 21 for fun. In the morning, like what divine virtues am I going to bring in today? Think about it. How would you like it to feel as you bring divine virtue onto this earth today? How do you want it to feel to do that? Create that vision of how and what you want it to feel like. And then at night, look back. How did I bring in divine virtue today? Oh yeah, I was patient there. Boy, I hit it. I was beautiful there. I created such a space for my family. What are these divine virtues you did do, which you hadn't even thought about, but you were doing them anyway? And create them. So do that each day to encourage this, because we forget about that this is so important to bring divine into humanity. That is a beautiful role for both men and women. But create it purposefully, create purpose. That's what we're here for. Join me. We're going to help you do that, help you delve into that. That's what our journey is about. See you at the other end. So, let's talk about mission. Now, remember, purpose was bringing the divine, ethereal, down to humanity. Mission is taking and bringing humanity up toward the ethereal divine. So I'm taking this divine physicality, this humanness, this rawness of being a human being, up toward being more ethereal and divine. Ha! So underneath here, there's a big reservoir. The water goes down into the root. And then it goes into a reservoir down beneath this. And that water is then taken with a pump back, up, spiraling up to the other end. Ha! That's just like mission. Can you bring the ethereal, that sense of the earth that you're coming from? Can you bring humanity up there? Can you create a way to bring up humans toward the ethereal, toward their divine nature? That's mission. Mission is bringing humanity up toward the divine. Getting up off the couch and helping somebody. That's how it happens. How can you help others in their life here on earth? To help them experience their divine nature, who they are. Can you bring and help and be there for people? That's mission. How you help others, bring them up. How do you bring yourself up toward the divine? That's mission too. So mission is such an important aspect of your life, especially as a man to begin with. Because the male, he may just do nothing, sit around on the couch, watch TV. If he has nothing, no mission. Support a man's mission. If he's wanting to do something that brings people up, don't put it down. Help them, be there for them. Join in. Join in to support and applaud them as they create mission. In coaching with one couple, a farmer here, he wanted to become a special ed teacher. And his wife was poo-pooing it. Oh, you could never do that. No, that's no, da-da-da. And their marriage was starting to fall apart. They didn't know why. He didn't know. She didn't know why. But I let him know. This is his mission. He wants to help bring people up. Support it. And she's like, wow, right. And it shifted. She began supporting him in it. He is now a teacher in the schools, helping kids experience being a human being, bringing them up, helping them feel alive and feel special, feel needed as on this earth, that they have something beautiful to look forward to. Support mission. Don't put it down. I've had experiences where I was working with things to bring people up and I wasn't supported, and that relationship didn't last. I didn't know why, but I just felt less and less connected. So support a man's mission, men support women's purpose, and then vice versa. When I flow up, I love bringing the ethereal back down with my purpose. And I love being supported in that also. So don't put down what the other is doing. Support their mission, support their purpose. Create mission for yourself. Are you just sitting around? Jump up, go help somebody. Are you depressed? Most likely it would help to go help bring people up, or to bring the divine in. Depends upon what produces your energy. Create mission. A challenge for men, but also for women who want to, is that sense of, in the morning, wake up. How are you going to bring humanity up today? Envision it. Plan it. Look for it. Love it. And then each night, look back. How did I bring humanity up today? How did I do? I opened the door for him. I picked up the little one when he needed loving. I got out and I volunteered. How did you create mission today? Congratulate yourself, or plan the next day, or at least vision. How do you want it to feel to bring people up? And that will help you create more and more ways to do it. How do you want it to feel to have mission? Do it. It starts right here. Send that power up. It's the headwaters of the liberation channel. The headwaters of the male productive current, the headwaters of the female illumination current. When she combines what came from her purpose with her mission, it's going to be extremely, amazingly strong. And men, when you get up to the top, your mission is going to meld with new purpose. And that's powerful. Mission and purpose. Freedom. Well, one of the things we can do in this life is gain enlightenment. It's a quest. People have gone on and sat on mountains for 30 years, done all sorts of wild stuff to get to enlightenment. But actually, it's not that hard. It's a pretty simple process. But people don't do the work that it takes. And it's not even work, it's being alive. What I have found, that there's 3 different currents that can run through your body. At the end of each current, when the current is strong enough, there's enlightenment. There's a productive current that helps you produce your radiance as a male or as a female, as a human being. It helps you produce energy and aliveness on this earth. It helps you produce what you give and receive and gather on this earth. It's productive in that it helps you gain what's possible on this earth. That's the first current. I find most women, their productive current is embodiment, is this channel that runs from the crown to the root. I find most men, their productive current runs through the liberation channel from the root to the crown. Regardless, when you really get a strong current flowing through one of those channels, when it's your productive current, you will reach a type of enlightenment that fills you with an experience of who you are as a divine being. In liberation, you experience the classic concept of enlightenment, which is the light. This liberation into the divine ethereal. And in embodiment, you gain a enlightenment from going deep into the physicality. Between each molecule, you experience deep in this deep earth, the song of life, the song of creation, song of earth, song of you. That is an experience of that divine earth, the divine enfolded experience of pure song, pure vibration. It's amazing also. The second current is the illumination current, because once you get that first enlightenment, you get to bring that enlightenment back to humanity, back through your being and your transformation of who you are. So in the classic, you go up. For the male, liberation, you experience the light, but then you're here to bring it back through to humanity, the enlightenment you gained. Same with embodiment, into that deep enlightenment, deep in the earth. You're here to bring that Shakti, that earth vibration back through humanity up to the light. That's how you help the divine heavens and the divine earth make love to each other through you. When you're bringing the gifts from one to the other, bringing the gifts of the earth up to the sky, bringing the gifts of the light down to the earth. They run through you. You have that option, and as you do, you gain enlightenment. A powerful flow of the river through you. When those currents are really flowing, and you will fill that reservoir and experience this strength of who you are and examine this divine nature you have. And then, when your liberation and embodiment channels are filled with current, whether it's productive or your illumination currents, when those two currents are flowing in you, a third current can open. It goes through the unification channel that goes straight through each chakra. The unification channel and that unification current that moves through it unifies the enlightenment of ethereal nature and your enlightenment of the pure physicality and vibration song. When that channel unites them, a new experience happens. You experience who you are both as a divine ethereal being, a divine physical being. That's when you become God, making love to God. You flow with a new experience of seeing both sides of yourself, of the wholeness of the divine. That is the third enlightenment that you have the opportunity to experience. Join our path. This is what we're here to help you move toward. And it takes then your practice, your dedication to just feeling part of your current feels amazing. And another part of your current, whoa, that feels amazing. And then a full current is like, wow, enlightenment. But there's more. You can bring it back in. And each time you make another step in each of these currents, you feel flowing and alive. That surge of aliveness runs through you. So you're going to have experiences of it. It's not a place to live in these enlightenments. It's to live with the enlightenment you've gained and have experiences of flowing your channel to the strength with a current that helps fill the reservoir that allows you to notice and experience your divine nature. And then be a human being with that information, with that experience, with that depth of being and feeling and flowing. When you can integrate that into your life, you raise up and bring in this divine energy into this world. It's the gift you have to give to everyone around you, but especially to yourself. But as you experience that, the world's going to change. The more of us who can help this flow move through us, the world can't help but change. And to be totally honest, the world of human beings needs some shift. It's time for us to step up, to do what we can do, to create these currents within us, and then share it with others. You can create these currents alone or with a partner. The sacred sexuality that comes when your currents are flowing and theirs are too, and you share that together, I call it sacred union. Wow. In an upcoming episode, we're going to talk all about sacred union, sacred sexuality, how to create these currents to flow so that you and your partner feel this together. And even more it flows out into the world. Pretty cool. I'm Dr. David. You're listening to the Transformation Network. This is Aliveness Now.
My show, Aliveness Now, is Transformation Talk TV's surprisingly quirky variety show. It has a companion app called Love Springs. Love Springs is a step-by-step journey, taking you deeper and deeper into the concepts of each episode. There's secret knowledge, groundbreaking practices, and fun quizzes. Find Love Springs at your favorite app store or visit createaliveness.com.
In this segment, let's talk about the second chakra. We talked a lot about the heart chakra and crown and root, but that second chakra is also pretty cool. It's where sensuality and creating your life on earth, this creativity, emanates from. It's the relationship between creating yourself, who you are on this earth, and creating your path on the earth. What you're here to do. So that part of you not only, creates life as in babies and such, but it also creates your life right here. That combination helps you experience the life you have to live on this earth. Let's go down to the second chakra pool and talk about this some more. Here we are in the second chakra pool. Coming down, going toward the root. Got our sacrum and our pelvis. That's where it is. It's the sacrum, pelvis. Now we've talked about how the solar plexus, the third chakra, is the sun, but the second chakra is now earth, or creating life on earth. By sexuality, babies, that's about the second chakra. The creativity. I find it's creating your life on earth, or a life on earth, babies too. So how do you create life on earth? To me, it's that relationship between who am I becoming and what's my path. What am I here to do? Who am I here to become? So the becoming and the doing. Ha! just becoming, but just doing, it's kind of not fully either. But to become and grow and develop as a human being, to do what you're here to do, to stride forward onto your path, that's the second chakra. Now, if someone who is liberating, especially men, they try to find themselves, that's the center, it doesn't work as well. When they find their path, often they know who they are. For the embodiment direction, you work first with the ethereal center, which is in the center of the pelvis, the sacrum. That, for those embodying, and again, especially women at the beginning, they need to find themselves. Who am I becoming? And then they'll know their path. When I coach with women who are like coming out of school, chiropractic school, for instance, and they don't know where they're going to go. What am I going to do? I don't know which way to go, where to go. They're all talking about path, and it's confusing. I have them for a day or two just contemplate, who are they becoming through all this? They've been through school. Who are you becoming now as you're a doctor, coming in to serve and be there? And you know, within that day or two, now I know where I'm going. Now I know what I'm going to do. Once they found themselves, or at least contemplated developing a self that spread into, I know where I'm going now. That's the relationship creating life on earth. Well, let's explore more of this. Who are we becoming? Let's explore path. Let's go over to Europe, go to Mallorca, maybe even over to Sicily, and explore what a path can be like, to bring some metaphors to our exploration of the second chakra. Again, finding who you are, finding your path, exploring a path, developing it yourself along that path. That is the work of creating life on this earth. And we'll create and talk about the sensuality part in later episodes. That's beautiful too. But creating life on earth, you can do that every day. You feel strong in your pelvis. Don't let the rigidities take over. Like, this is the only way it can be. Oh, it has to be difficult. That's a story. It's a difficult, or I'm not valid. No, it doesn't have to be difficult. You don't need rigidity. That's when you're walking through mud. You rigidify things to get through the mud. But you don't have to. You can create your life. No life. Yeah. Sometimes the path, creating yourself, isn't going to be easy. And sometimes, like right now, it's pretty easy. Sitting in a pool in the sunshine. Oh, cool. And as I even said that, I felt my pelvis relaxed. Okay, yeah, I'm right here right now. My path is easy, smooth in this moment. Talking to you. It's not hard. Yeah. Let life be life. You'll find a freedom that comes in your hips and your pelvis. Find yourself. Who am I becoming? Not became. Don't try to define yourself. Say, I was that. Or don't pick a checklist. Ask the question. It's a verb. Who am I becoming through all this? Don't have to answer, because the brain works on it. Helps you become. That's building on who you were. Becoming who you're becoming. Letting go of the old definition of yourself. Because you're becoming someone new. But you were pretty cool before. So you can build on it. Some things we didn't like. But you can build and go past that. Create a new self. Find the path for that to dance on. All right, let's go look around. Be on your path. Here's one. Pick it. This is a little rocky, but I can do it barefoot. It's still cool. Choose a path. Let's explore paths in this segment. What can they do for you? Where can they take you? They can take you all sorts of amazing places. Ha! You can find yourself along the way, or by, hey, here I am. Ha! There's my path. One way or the other, you find your path. You find yourself. Find yourself. Find your path. Create your life on earth. Ha! That's what we want to do. Create life on this earth that's abundant and alive and filled with the sunshine. Your legs can take you forward with faith or with surety onto the adventure that life is. Come along, let's look around. Let's help you create aliveness in your life. So even when you're on your way to work, it still can be alive. Even when you're sitting at dinner with family, you can make it even more alive. They're all part of your path, part of helping you be who you are, creating aliveness on this earth, because that's what you're here for. Create wisdom, create empathy, create aliveness. Then you've given, then you've received too. You can't create life unless you're gathering, receiving also. You can't be the sun unless you've gathered enough to be a sun. But you also will shine out so everyone around you gains from who you are, what you do, and where you're headed. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, just went a little way down the path, and it's beautiful here too. Keep going. Have fun on this path.
In the second chakra, it's often about who you're becoming that leads you to your path. Sometimes it's about your path helping you become who you are. You don't need to wear a mask. You don't need to be an easily breakable ceramic bust. Are you the one on the path? Or the one just watching others go by? Dance your dance. Become who you are becoming. Be the sunshine. Display who you are. Be your individual self. Fly your flight. Pack your bags and fly south if you want to. Have you or your path become so complex or so complicated that no one, not even yourself, understands you or where you're headed? Or has your path become so narrow you can't get out? Perhaps you believe there is only one way you can go, or that your path has to be difficult for you to be loved or accepted. Or is your path or your life just a repetitive ride on the underground? Or have you lost your bicycle and don't know how to get anywhere or even how to get started? Or perhaps you can't find who you are amidst all the other bicycles. Wake up, find yourself. Play your music. Be your song. Enjoy your path. Does your path have interesting shops? Look around. Find new ways. Hear your music. Don't let your path become a dead end.
There we go, yes.
Take off on your scooter. Sometimes it feels like the path is just a barren field of empty trees. Sometimes it is a decorated celebration. Sometimes you and your path are venerated or even worshipped or put up on a pedestal, celebrated beyond who and what you really are. Do you ever feel like you are not getting anywhere, no matter how fast you trot or gallop? Do what is next. Get the band playing. Dance your dance. Explore who you are becoming and what is your next step.
This path leads to the beach. I think I'll follow it.
You are the water in your life, the relationship between ethereal and physical. Walk along your waters, in your waters. Enjoy your beach. This is you and your path. Walk along. Find you.
Who doesn't want to jump in? Who doesn't want to play in the waves? And there are times to leave your waters, to explore. There's another path over there. Let's explore it. Maybe there's even more beautiful waters, or just new, exciting places to visit on the other side of this hill. Let's find out. It looks a little wild and narrow. Is it worth the exploration to leave this scene, to leave this waters? But these waters will always be here, just like within myself. I can visit the waters within me, the ones that flow, anytime I wish. So there's no reason not to explore and find new parts of you and what's possible for you. Let's see what happens. It isn't always easy going, but exploration is exploration. Little lizards seem to like it. Huh, look at this wide chasm. Maybe there's no way across. Maybe there is. Huh. Oh, let's explore this channel. This path has gotten more complex, more interesting than I expected. But I'll follow this guy for a little while and see. Yeah, there's some sharp weeds and thistles, but there's still a path. Others have come this way. When you make a new path, it makes it easier for others. It makes it easier for others to follow your path too. Follow that path. Ah, looks like it starts up on the other side again. Let's see what's possible. Well, we came across, climbed up, and here goes the path. There are times you think, what? Why did I take this new path? It's kind of filled with roots and down trees, but the promise of what's ahead, and the knowing I always can go back and be with that part of me that I know is flowing alive. But times to open myself to something new, to scrabble through the rocks and the thorn bushes, to find a new possibility. There are possible paths in many directions on these type of adventures. I'm gonna go this way. Going toward the sun, toward the blue sky. And at times it looks like the path is endless, that it's further than you thought it was. Yeah, that's right. It will look like a small hill turned into quite a climb, but still there's the path. Following the path. So some parts of life are just like this. Following the path, heading to something better, doing the work of it, but yet enjoying the sun, enjoying the warm sand under your feet, enjoying the newness, the excitement, the anticipation. You can all feel that in the moment. Feeling the hot sun. Wow. And sometimes you're walking amongst things that don't look actually that alive. But you keep going, because there are going to be people around you that don't seem that alive. But you keep walking. Keep finding your way. Sometimes the rocks 100 feet help you feel this earth. And just when you think it's going to go on forever, something new is going to open up. Some new possibility will guide you. I can hear waves. I see a beach in the far distance that looks interesting and exciting. Wow. New possibilities. Now that I can see the beauty of the future and yet still see my path is rocky, I put on some sandals, something to protect my feet, to give me good footing as I do the last mile, probably less hopefully. And now with these sandals, I can hike down this rocky trail, knowing that I'm going to get to my destination, to get to this new exciting place. Well, yeah, still on the path. There were definitely some turns on that path I did not expect, but it is still coming to fruition. We're getting to where we see some signposts. It must be a main path. Our adventure has taken us right to where we wanted to get to. Yeah, the beach is getting closer. We made it to the beach, and it turns out it's a nudist beach. So I can be fully free and alive and in my birthday suit. There's lots of people here who are very alive in their birthday suits or not, enjoying the fullness of nature and the sweet feeling of water on their bodies. We're gonna go for a swim. We're gonna enjoy the surprising, amazing place that adventure took us to. Look at this water. Wow. The beauty of being alive and free, of being ready for the adventure, to try and take it and go for it. You can do this in your life. You can let yourself get fully free and alive and swim in the oceans, the rivers of nature, to allow yourself the free flow of being who you are. What else would I want to do? What else would you want to do? Well, when we struck out on our adventure, little did we know it would lead us to a place I could be so free here. I didn't know, but we don't know that in every adventure. Will it get us to a place that allows us to be so free? Yet, that's why we have adventures. Each place will bring something unique to your life. At times they bring you pure freedom, and sometimes it doesn't. The road wasn't easy. You're ready for the next adventure. I'm Dr. David. You're listening to Aliveness Now on the Transformation Network. See you next episode, or in Zoom sessions or at my retreats or on the app. Look for it. CreateAliveness.com. Go there.
Create aliveness within yourself and in your relationships. Join me every second and fourth Monday at noon Pacific on Transformation Talk TV. Download Love Springs app. It's a companion journey to deepen your experience. Visit CreateAliveness.com to find out about my Catalyst Games, Aliveness events, and retreats. I am Dr. David, and you have been listening to Aliveness Now.